So the 5th grade era of my life was probably some of the most eventful for me. A lot happened in 5th grade, and it was all rather life-changing. For this video, we'll be focusing on the first half of 5th grade. I'll be telling you guys 2 major events that happened. I went to Shady Hills Elementary in Florida for the first half of my 5th grade year, because I went to 2 different elementary schools, and everything was pretty cool there. The school itself wasn't bad. I had Mr. McIntosh as my 5th grade teacher, and he was really cool. He didn't believe in giving homework, which is obviously a big plus in the eyes of a kid, because who likes homework when you're 10 years old, 13 years old? Who likes homework? But we had this one kid, I'm just going to call him Ginger because I don't want to give out his real name, and he was late to school, about half a day late, but he brought pizza for everybody, which was fantastic. And when everybody saw the pizza, the entire class basically became a disco. Now, of course, with all the happiness and pizza going around, everybody was starting to like Ginger. He was late on his first day, but he easily made up for it until deep within Ginger's bowels. Oh. Oh God, Ginger, I am so sorry. Obviously, leaving that massive turd on the floor embarrassed him, and the poor guy, he ended up just leaving right afterwards. He got picked up from school from embarrassment. And the janitors saw this massive turd on the floor and decided they didn't want to pick it up. So Ginger's turd was there the entire time for about 3 or 4 weeks. And we just had to avoid it. We just didn't step in it. We moved our desks around it to make sure like it was like a landmine just chilling in the middle of the classroom. And it was terrible. It was awful. I'm so sorry, Ginger. I ended up becoming friends with Ginger. He was bullied a lot because of that, being the new kid and having that event happen. He was bullied a lot, but I ended up being friends with him. He actually lived right down the road from me, and because of him, I played a lot of Need for Speed Underground, which was really cool. So fast forward a little bit, going into November, a couple months after the first day of school, we're all just kind of like sitting at our gym, or PE, physical education class. And the PE or gym class was a dome that was disconnected from the school. And it had a really cool obstacle course using like tires and stuff. It was a really fun PE/gym. I liked it a lot. And we're all just sitting there under the dome. It's multiple classes at a time, listening to the coach talk. And as we're sitting there, my bowels decided to go. And the absolute loudest fart I have ever been able to create from my body had escaped and echoed throughout the entire gymnasium. The fact that it was a dome. For anybody who doesn't know, operas are performed in a dome. So the female's voice can like bounce around the dome and reach the entire crowd. Now imagine you're in a dome and you release the biggest fart in your life. It echoes. It makes sure everybody knows somebody just got the worst case of hemorrhoids imaginable.
That's no good.
Now, I did end up getting really lucky, though, that it did echo and that it was a dome and that there were so many of us under the roof of this dome, because there was like at least 120, 150 people under the partaking in PE at the same time. So we're all close together under this dome with the fart echoing around. They weren't able to pinpoint that it was me who actually let that rip. And thank God, because I somehow managed to put on the most poker face possible, just looking around acting dumb with everybody like, what was that? Because I didn't want anybody to know that I just caused an earthquake for all the ant colonies within a 50-mile radius. It was brutal. surprisingly, it didn't hurt though. Like, this was loud. I cannot stress, like, with how loud it was. I thought I would. Thinking about it now, like, I'm surprised it didn't hurt, because I don't know how I released such a sound without really feeling pain. I felt it, but I didn't feel pain or anything. But yeah, that's going to basically be the end of this little story of the first half of my 5th grade life. The second half of my 5th grade life is going to be coming in about 3 or 4 days. I am excited to be doing that one. It's a sad story, but it is pretty funny at the same time. So I'll be seeing you guys then, and until then, deuces gooses. Thank you so much for tuning in.